gonna be breaking down to you how we build the funnel for one of the biggest trading offers in the space. They're currently sitting at $1 million a month right now, and they're scaling to $5 million a month in 2026. This is one of the biggest trading offers in the space, hands down. Great product, great team, incredible results. So what I'm going to be doing here is just revealing my thought process behind building this funnel so that you can potentially go implement this for your business, and hopefully this can help move you in the right direction as well. And for context, my name is Brilliance. I run Linear Web, and we actively work with some of the biggest names in info, coaching, online education, like Jesse Rogers, who we're actually breaking down this funnel today, Simon Bees, Neuro Knowledge, Jordan Welch, and tons of them. I could really go on and on. And we've added well over $20 million for our clients directly through these funnels. So let me show you how we built this funnel. So with this funnel, we're gonna start with our good old opt-in page. And it's very simple. People like to overcomplicate opt-in funnels. It's really simple what we're doing here. What we're doing is just giving them like a clear outcome, and we add in some curiosity there as well to want to move to the next step and actually find out what we're trying to promise them, which is how to become a funded trader whether you're a beginner or struggling without spending years losing. So it's very simple here, right? The entire goal of this funnel is, as you can see, we have the simple opt-in here to get them to the next step. So that's simply what we're doing here. Again, we have the simple eyebrow that's calling them out, headline, subheadline. And then this video right here is kind of a bait thing where it's not actually the video, you just embed the video, and then when you click it, it pops up. So these are like literally what you need. If you want, you can add in some proof or maybe some benefits of them giving you their details. But again, we're giving them all of the clear benefits here in the headline, and that's why your headline is one of the most important pieces on the funnel. So that's it for the opt-in. Super simple. Just give a promise, add in some intrigue there, and that's really what you need to do. The second is going to be the actual VSL funnel. This is the sauce I'm going to give you guys. I'm laying out the sauce for you guys so you guys appreciate this. I know you guys do. But anyways, so basically what we're doing here is really trying to understand what avatar we're trying to dial in on, right? We're trying to understand what avatar we're trying to dial in on. And with this one, the conclusion that we came to was that you want to dial in on these people who are already trading, but they're struggling to become consistent, or they're struggling to, become funded or profitable. And again, I'm going to break down some of the intricacies here of, the language that we use and the messaging that we use just to make sure we're compliant and we're actually not promising on things that we can't deliver on. So as you can see here, we have like very simple here, because we also don't want to alienate the new guys that are trying to join the program and actually become a consistent and funded trader. We have here for aspiring and active traders. That's very simple. It's a call out. If you're an aspiring trader, you want to get into the space, or you're a trader who has already been trading, this is for you, right? And then we give them a timeline, and something we like to follow is something called the ABCDE framework. So number one, we call out the audience. Number two, we lead with the benefits. Number three is C, which is clarity. Number four is D, which is being direct. And number E is explain, right? You want to explain how you get the outcome to them. And usually you want to encompass that on the entire landing page. But if you can, you need a minimum like 3 of these components in your above the fold. And usually that's going to be like your audience, your benefits, and also just being very direct about how you achieve the outcome, right? So again, it's very nuanced, but just keep in mind the ABCDE framework. That's what we think about when we're building out these funnels. And with this one, it's very simple. Like, we give them a clear timeline in 90 days or less, a smart trading blueprint, which is the mechanism here, which is how we get the results. We take it from struggling to funded. And you can see here, we didn't say it's going to take it from beginner to funded, because we want to target more of the people who are already in trading, who have something invested, or they're more likely to have an investment for the program, simply put that way. And also they're in market, which means they're currently struggling and they're looking for a solution. So struggling to funded, initially it was from struggling to becoming a profitable trader, but we can't really promise that, because that's just going to get you in a lot of trouble with the FTC. We don't want to promise people that they're going to get profitable. You just want to give them the things that they need to get profitable. And you can see in the subheadline here, it's very simple what we're doing here. We're also explaining the mechanism, which is what I talked about here. Explain. You want to explain to people how you get the result. So we're like, we'll buy you your first $50,000 prop firm challenge, and if you don't get funded in 12 weeks, we'll personally trade with you live every day until you're funded, right? It's very simple there. We're explaining to them, okay, this is what happens once you join in. This is how we're going to help you get these results. And then obviously we have the VSL here, which just goes into basically the same messaging that we have on the landing page, just in video format. And we have our simple CTA here, just book a call to get started, and pops up your little type form there. And we'll go on to the next. So because the inherent value of this offer is understood, even though there's still some things that we need to clarify, this is a very crucial section here, which is the proof. And really we have this guy called Chris, and we put him here front and center just to make sure that it resonates with a lot of people. Because again, we're not like targeting, this is not like just a biz up where we're targeting kids who just want to make money online. We're targeting like actual people people who are mature and who have been in trading but are looking for that extra help to help them get to the next level, or maybe even quit their 9 to 5 or replace their income with trading. So again, we have this proof here to show them that it's possible. We're basically just loading this page with a lot of proof that is relevant to the ICP before anything else, because people understand what trading is. Even if it's not very clear how to get the results, they understand that trading can make them money. So it's like showing them proof that this actually works. So that's simply what we're doing here. We also, you can see how everything is, really clean. We're using these highlights to actually show the outcome that they got, and we're using this to show some of the things that they've said in the video that pertains to the results that they've gotten. It's very, very useful. So you can see here, I am such a patient trader now, and I'll trade with a live group of people on Monday to Friday in London, blah, blah, blah. So it's like just making it clear to the person on the platform that these are actually like real people, number one, and number two, like these are the specific things that they got help with once they got into the program, and these are the outcomes that they got, because not everyone is going to watch the full video. This is literally like a 9-minute video. There's a 7-minute video. So these highlights are incredibly helpful to getting people to understand the context of the testimonial, and if you relate to them, that's how you get someone to take action, right? So you can see here we still have all of these ones basically following the same principle right here, and then we go into breaking down how we actually get that result. And it's very simple why we did this. This is called the Smart Trading Blueprint, but a lot of people are going to wonder, okay, what is a Smart Trading Blueprint? Like, what makes it smart? And this is where you need to go in and explain this thing, which is called the mechanism, without making it sound too complex, right? So what exactly is the Smart Trading Blueprint, and why is it smart? So if you're here, you're probably seeing one or more of these things right now. Break down the problems that they have. I like to stick to 3 problems, but again, you can go into as much detail as you want. It really doesn't matter as long as you're covering the problems that they have, but also focus on the core problems. As you can see here, what we're targeting is, you've seen different trading methods, but nothing sticks. You know what you're supposed to do, but you can't do it when it matters. You don't have enough capital to start or make the money that you want. So those are the 3 big problems, and then we go into how this actually works. Now, what we tell them is that, what you need is a simple strategy that works. And this is like a really good funnel because it just flows. If you think about a customer journey, it just flows, right? So what is the Smart Trading Blueprint, and why is it smart? We tell them what the problems are, and then we flow into the strategy that they need. And we're saying, hey, what you need is a simple strategy that works, and this is what we hand to you inside of the Smart Trading Blueprint. Look, after helping 2,000 students become consistent traders, I can tell you that the number one reason, and also take note of the messaging that we're using here. We're not telling them you're going to become profitable, because for someone to become profitable, they need to be consistent first, and they need to be funded. So we're giving them what they need to become profitable, but we're not promising that they become profitable, because if you're buying a program, it's in your hands. Like, of course, the program is there to help you, but again, you can't blame the program if you don't put in the work that is required. So we're making it clear, and we're also using direct messaging that is going to let them know, hey, we're not trying to get you profitable or get you to become a profitable trader. We just want you to be consistent. That's what we're trying to do for you, right? And this is how you avoid a lot of issues that could potentially come up in the future, and you get ripped off millions and millions of dollars. So again, it's very simple. This is why we created the Smart Trading Blueprint, not some generic coaching program. This is basically an all-in-one solution where we quite literally hand you everything that you need to become a funded and consistent trader. And here's what you get inside. And this is where we now dig into the deliverables and show them how this actually works to make sure it makes sense, and it's not just a Smart Trading Blueprint to sound smart, right? So number one, the full Smart Trading Blueprint program, live trading sessions, professional trade review and feedback. This is where you need to absolutely just load deliverables, right? Again, if you don't have that many deliverables, just put the stuff that you have, but the more that you can explain and articulate how they get these results through the deliverables, the better the funnel is going to perform, because it's just logical, just makes sense. Like when people see, okay, I'm getting this and it's going to do this for me, I'm getting this, like when they piece it all together, they're like, oh, this is actually a program that has everything that I need to go become consistent. They're like, yeah, let me take a chance on this, right? So you can see we have all of these: psychology coaching, accountability coaching, private community access, 24/7 support, prop firm funding pathway, bonus resources and tools. And we're literally giving them everything that they need to go from beginner or struggling to become funded and consistent. And it's very key for you to have this and understand it, especially with an offer like trading. People have an inherent understanding of what the value proposition is, which is that they can make more money and they can do whatever they want. They can quit their 9 to 5 or replace their income. You want to keep it simple. You also want to keep it very clear, right? I know I'm like hammering on keeping it simple. You actually want to do that because people already understand. They know what trading. It's mainstream, right? And then from there we have some more wins that are structured the exact same way. We have the quotes, we have the names, we have the videos, and really, really simple stuff here. And then we have the frequently asked questions, where we go into some of the questions that these people actually care about. And what a lot of people do is they just throw in a bunch of hibby-jibby FAQs there, but that's not what we do. That's very, very far from what we do. What we do is we actually ask questions that these people care about. And the number one thing that we ask is, what is the Smart Trading Blueprint? What exactly is this thing? Because again, what happens is a lot of people are not going to read the entire page. Like, people are going to read this page like from start to finish. What people are going to do is skim. People skim pages. pages to see if what they're looking for is on this page. If there's something that is going to click for them, they just need one thing to click. They don't need to read the entire page. Right? So they skim. And some people, they're at the top and then they scroll to the bottom. And that's why we need to have the exact same thing, just the exact same messaging, retweeting the things that they probably have missed at the top of the page. So that's why we have, we're again saying what exactly is the smart trading blueprint, and we explain that. Who is teaching this? Does this actually work? How is this different from other courses of YouTube Guru? So what do I actually get? Now you'll be asking, like, we've already covered this. The reason we're covering this again is just what I mentioned right now. People skim pages. So you need to make sure that the first 3 to 5 FAQs actually just going over what the offer is again, just in case they didn't catch that at the start of the page. This is how you really need to think about it. And then after that, we add in some other FAQs and we give them a simple CTA here. And something I want you to pay attention to, aside from all of this copy strategy and stuff, is just pay attention to the design on this funnel. It is pristine. It is simple. It is straight to the point. It's not like we don't have crazy animations or overlays or things coming through. It's just very simple, and it gives the user a very good experience that when they come here, this page is actually like, it gives them all of the information and also give them like an easy way for them to take action as well. And it's super clean. We use a lot of space, even though it's, black space. We use a lot of space. We use this nice grids and this nice colors. So it's really just clean up. We also have these graphic assets to actually accompany the deliverables and show them visually what they're getting in the program. So it's really, really nice. It's really aesthetic. And I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, aesthetic funnels don't convert. I'm like, okay, show me what the aesthetic funnel that you have looks like. And it turns out it's just a different version of the ugly funnel that they have. So don't be like those guys, just a beautiful funnel that looks good, that is clean, professional. Preferably you can build this on Webflow. That's where you're going to get the best results in terms of aesthetics and still be able to keep some of the functionality of actually, tracking and being able to do split tests. Now, of course, Webflow has its own downsides, but it's very minimal compared to the upsides that you're going to get building funnels on Webflow. So very simple lesson there with design. Design is going to massively improve the amount of trust that you have with your prospects, because they feel like you put in time and effort into doing this. And subconsciously, especially when someone is coming from paid traffic, they're a bit iffy. Like, they don't want to do stuff. They don't want to be sold. So when it comes to a funnel and it looks like something that is just about to sell them, because people have been on all these types of funnels, the guard goes up immediately. But if you have a funnel that is really well designed, it's professional, it's clean, it just instantly builds a lot more trust. And you can probably tell from the funnels or the websites that you visited in the past yourself as a customer that may have been looking for a solution. So just pay attention to that, really good. And then the next step is going to be your confirmation page. Now, this is the one that a lot of people ignore or completely just absolutely get wrong. This is not a confirmation page. This is a research page. This is a page for your prospects to go and do research on your company and what you do, and see how bad they can actually get fucked, and really get to understand like the ins and outs, the workings of what you do, and get most of their pressing questions and get most of the common questions answered. All right, let's get my mustache out of the way here. Right, so first off, we tell them, hey, your call is confirmed, but we're not trying to get them to say, hey, go to your email and confirm your call. We're telling them this page is built for you to do your due diligence and your research on our company. So step one is watch the video below. They watch this quick confirmation video that explains what this page is and actually tells them, hey, go watch the other videos below this because it's going to answer all of your questions. So we have about 22 of these right here. Like, people ask me all the time, like, how many confirmation videos should I have? Like, just have as many as possible. As many of them answer the questions of your prospects, just do that, right? I'm not a native English speaker. I don't know if that's the right way to say, but again, listen, just load up this page with a lot of confirmation transparency videos. They're going to run through, questions that your prospects usually have, and you can pull this from data like your sales calls, your, questions that people ask you maybe over text in the community. Just put that here. Arrange them in order of frequency, right? So again, you can see here, how long does it take to see results? What strategies do you teach? How does the proper funding process work? And preferably, you can also have these thumbnails here as well. It does help for them to quickly identify what the question that is being answered is. So just do that. Just have these confirmation page videos. Prospects love it. They're going to love you for it. And, they're going to close a lot more. They're going to come on the call a lot more warm because you've given them information that they need. And then right here also, you just add in an asset for them that is going to give them more information before the call as well, because all we're trying to do is give them information. At the end of the day, it's not about us as the business or the business owner. It's really about the customer and giving them information that they need to make a decision. Someone who is not informed is not making a decision. Point blank, period. If they have some questions, they have some objections, they're not moving forward. So that's what we do. We're kind of preemptively giving them all of that information before they even come on the sales call. And this is going to make your sales calls, and this is going to make the life of your sales team easier, because we're just doing a lot of the work, before the sales call actually occurs. And we have the same frequently asked questions. Now, what happens if someone is not exactly qualified for the offer? What we do here is we send them to this page where we have the applicant guide, which you're going to go through. But again, this page in this video is just for those who are not the exact fit for the offer. offer, but we still want to be able to reach them, or we still want to be able to provide them some information or let them know what the next steps are. That's the purpose of this page. We do have about 2 duplicated versions of this because we're going to be, when we're running traffic to this, there's going to be pixels installed. So we're going to have this, another version of that, which is going to be non-pixeled, and we also have this page for people who are not exactly qualified for what who don't fit the ideal criteria for who we would want to consider a client. So that's a quick breakdown. That's basically how we build this incredible funnel right here. We're going to be sending traffic to this and slamming this to $5 million a month. So if you want me to build this out for you, for your business, whether you're just starting out or whether you already are, whatever revenue figure, probably a couple $100,000 a month, maybe past a couple $1 million a month, just click the link in the description. Again, forgive my Nigerian accent, my big, beautiful Nigerian accent, but booking a call with me, I'll speak to you and see if we can help you, or if this is even a fit in the first place. At the end of the day, we only work with people who we have the highest probabilities of getting results with. And if it's that, I'm going to let you know exactly how. If not, I hope you got value from the video. I'm going to see you in the next one.